Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of the Kettle Creek Conservation Authority. The date is September 17th, 2025. The time is 10 a.m. and I would like to call this meeting to order. The land acknowledgement, Kettle Creek Conservation Authority wishes to acknowledge the treaty and traditional lands originally occupied by the Indigenous First Nation people of the Aninashbek, Attawandarok, and Haudenosaunee nations. KCCA strives to build meaningful relationships with Indigenous communities and recognizes the importance of respecting these treaties and lands. Any declarations of pecuniary interest? None? Okay. Hearing board?
None, but I would like to do a roll call, Chair, before we get too far. Grant Jones.
Here.
Lori Baldwin Sands.
She goes up there. Oh, is she online? No, that's Sam and, oh, she's not there.
She was there.
She was there. Yeah.
Like Google. Lori, can you acknowledge?
There she is.
There she is. Thank you. Jim Herbert.
Here.
Sharon McMillan.
Present.
Todd Noble. Todd Noble.
Here, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
We can hear you.
Jerry Cribble.
Yes.
JJ Strybosh.
Here.
Sam Trousseau.
Here.
And John Wilson. We have 9 of 10 members.
Would you call my name? Frank Bird?
Frank Burrs.
There we go. Did you? And I missed it? Or was that?
I might have said that.
But that means I could leave.
All right. Do we have delegations?
No.
This morning, none. The minutes of the meeting of June 18th, 2025. The recommendation is that the minutes of the meeting of June 18th, 2025, full authority meeting be approved. A mover, Grant Jones, and seconded by Frank Beers. All in favor?
Sorry, I have to do the
roll.
All right, Grant Jones,
Yes.
Baldwin Sands,
She's ran off to another spot now.
there, thank you, Lori.
Lori's waving.
Okay.
Frank Burrs.
Yes.
Jim Herbert,
Yes.
Sharon McMillan,
Yes.
Todd Noble,
Yes.
Jerry Cribble,
Yes.
JJ Strybosh,
Yes.
Sam Trousseau,
Yes.
and that motion carries.
Okay, under matters arising, media report from Betsy.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. The first item there is coverage on social media of our Environmental Youth Corps. We wrapped up events for the summer, and the final event was an environmental monitoring event at Dan Patterson, where we got to get the students in the creek. They got to learn about how we do water quality sampling and also sampling for the benthic invertebrates that live at the bottom of the stream. Next slide. The next item was coverage from the fishing derby that was held at Lake Whitaker by Jesse and Jessica. Over 50 participants were at the event and well received, like always. And lastly, just some media coverage of the fireworks events that were held at both of our campgrounds this summer.
Thanks, Betsy. Project tracking, Elizabeth?
Question over there.
Question.
Sure.
Third,
Couple
great.
questions. See, first, I'm assuming all the cabins are booked, huh?
They've been very well received this summer and booked almost every weekend, all the cabins, yeah.
And I thought we talked about, second question, we talked about you were gonna build more cabins if they were successful. Was that something I thought was gonna happen, or was it discussed there may be more cabins built?
I think there's potential for that in the future, once we sort of analyze how they did do this year, and obviously we need funding to yeah.
Good, thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, then the project tracking, Elizabeth.
So busy because we have almost 2 months to report on, but we've hosted the fishing derby, done a lot of stewardship work over the summer, youth including wildflower planting, invasive species. Betsy's held an Elgin Clean Water program and awarded 12 projects with funding, representing about $44,000 in projects or funded projects. And a maintenance category was approved for the program for previously funded clean water projects. So they have the opportunity to come back and ensure those projects are maintained. We're planning a TD Tree Days event coming up on September 20th at Orchard Park in St. Thomas. If you're interested in volunteering, the link is there and is included in the project tracking report. We also submitted an application for funding with the Enabling Access to Spaces grant to hopefully get an accessible dock at Dalewood. And we've collected surface water samples in Lake Margaret throughout the summer as well to assist with our ongoing partnership with the City of St. Thomas.
Okay, any questions or comments? Okay, sorry. Yes, great.
Through the chair to Betsy, with regards to the maintenance of the program, was that had a good uptake?
It was just finalized at our meeting in August, so we're just sort of rolling that out now. So it will be something. We have had certain landowners come back to us that have implemented projects in the past that are looking for that support. So we'll see as next year comes, just what kind of response we do get from that.
Yes, one more. With the accessible dock application, the dock we do have right now, that's not easy for getting in and out of kayaks or canoes, and hopefully this would alleviate some of those problems, even for able-bodied people. It's a bit of a challenge.
Agreed.
Anyone else? No? Okay then, watershed conditions, Jennifer.
Sorry, Jennifer is off at a training opportunity today, so I'll briefly cover the report. So Lake Erie static water level continues to be lower than the record high that we've seen of late. The outlook for September and November indicates above normal temperatures and precipitation for the region. We received an average total of 61.2 millimeters, and only the rainfall in August, 24.6% of the average total of August. So that did prompt Jennifer to issue a low waters conditions on September 8th, and there's a number of other CAs in the region have gone into the level 1 as well, including Sauble, Upper Thames, and Lower Trent as well. And you can see the other ones. There's only 3 right now: Quinte, Rideau, South Nation, and Cataract.
So where I live, the Thames wraps all through us. And I used to kayak. You can walk down the Thames. There's no water in the river anymore. It's been pretty dry.
Next slide. And Jennifer completed the Lake Whitaker beach sampling throughout the summer. It's wrapped up for the season, but we're pleased to say that there was no beach postings for the entire season. And given the heat that we experienced over the summer, that was very good for the swimmers and for the campground in the fall. And she's been diligently, when people identify at-risk turtle nests, been going out and getting those eggs. And through our partnership with Upper Thames, incubated those, and we've released 132 snapping turtles and 14 painted turtles.
Is there a better success rate for snapping turtles than painted turtles, or is it? They're all just
Yeah, I don't know
Good
that
luck.
one is more successful than the other.
Yeah, I just wondered because
I actually attended the day when they, at Upper Thames, when they had they were bringing the baby turtles out of the incubators and getting them ready for release. I know that around the Mill Pond in Dorchester, there were some people that were extremely active at following, particularly snapping turtles who were trying to nest on highways. And also ones that have been caught by fishing line and all that sort of thing. And in addition to that, they were monitoring where the adults were so they could gather the turtles. So when we went to the Upper Thames, there was actually, I think they're on track for something like 5,000 baby turtles to be released this year and looking for funding for another incubator. They've got stacks of them, but they need more. So it's obviously been successful and something that the communities are becoming aware of. Thank you. Any other comments regarding this particular portion before we move on? Nope. Anything more, Elizabeth, on that?
No, that's a good report.
Okay, so the recommendation before us is that the staff reports on matters arising A through C be received. A mover and a seconder, moved by Frank and seconded by JJ. All in favor?
Sorry, I need to do this roll
Oh,
call.
I know.
Grant Jones,
I keep going back to municipal. I can say.
Baldwin Sands,
That's what we call
Yes.
Frank Burrs,
Yes.
Jim
it.
Herbert,
Yes.
Todd Noble,
Yes.
Jerry Pribble,
Yes.
JJ Strybosh,
Yes.
Sam Trudeau,
Yes.
and Sharon McMillan.
Yes.
And that motion passes.
Okay. On to correspondence then. News release, the province appoints Hassan Bassett. Is that how you say his name, Bassett?
Bassett.
Bassett as Chief Conservation Executive in June of 2025. Any comments or anything about that?
No, we don't really know what this means as of yet. Everyone in the community really likes Hassan. He's got experience with conservation authorities, so that's promising. Expect we'll hear more at the Conservation Ontario meeting coming up next in a week's time. But really, I don't have any comments right now other than to make the board members aware of it. The next piece of correspondence was just advising of the transition from M&R back to MECP. Again, really no comment there. And then the final piece of correspondence was Conservation Ontario's pre-budget submission that was released in August. So all three pieces were just as an FYI at this meeting.
Grant?
Yeah, Hassan was working with, as the CUV, like, I think he was chair, wasn't he?
He was chosen by Burek at the time to chair that one. So a lot of experience that way. So it is promising, but really just not sure what the purpose or what his powers are going to be.
Is this a new position?
New position.
And so he's appointed by the province and
Correct.
reports to the
That's,
minister of MECB.
that's yet to be determined, but yeah, there's a lot of questions there.
All right. I'll say.
Just as a side note then too, Elizabeth, for your information and for everyone else's, I did take those letters and the bills and attach them to our consent agenda to make our council aware of what was going on, just for at sort of a high level general purpose. All right, so the recommended motion is that the correspondence be received. I'll move her in the seconder.
Moving.
I think
That was
that was
Lori that moved.
Yeah, and Todd has his hand up as a seconder.
Grant Jones.
Yes.
Baldwin Sands.
Yes.
Burrs.
Yes.
Herbert.
Yes.
Noble. Pribble.
Yes.
Strybosh.
Yes.
Trudeau.
Yes.
And McMillan.
Yes.
And that motion passes.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is the statement of revenue and expenses. Elizabeth?
So this statement is basically for the second quarter. taking us up to June 30th. I'm pleased to say that the revenue seems to be on track, like Whitaker and Dalewood are having good seasons again. Like Whitaker, I expect to surpass the revenue that was budgeted, and Dalewood, I'm sure will meet it. So no concerns there. Otherwise, I know Jerry had some preliminary questions and hopefully I answered those, but I'm pleased to review them again.
I had meetings from 7:30 this morning and I didn't have a chance. I saw it
Okay.
when I was driving. Bottom line is I haven't read it.
Okay, so Jerry asked about the revenue, and I think I've answered that, and I'm pleased with that. He also asked about the other revenue and grants appeared to be low. There's several grants that have yet to been realized in these statements, so I do expect to be on par with that, so no concerns there. He also asked, notice that the statements are slightly different than previous years, making the year over year a little bit difficult to determine, specifically when it comes to the general operating category. So this was a change in these statements that we're presenting to you as of the beginning of this year. If you recall, the categories that the province wants us to report on have slightly changed, and they introduced this general operating category. It lumps in a number of our previous separate departments into one overarching administrative department. So that general operating appears very high simply because it's capturing general administration, volunteer and fundraising vehicles, GIS, and information and education. All of those categories are now looped under that general operating. So for this year, it appears quite high. But now moving forward year to year, you'll be able to see a better reflection of that. And at any time, if I have concerns, I identify what concerns in those individual departments that we have. But I can tell you that everything is good right now. No hiccups in any one of those departments. And then, did I get them all, Jerry?
Receivables, 600.
Receivables, the receivables on the balance sheets are at about 600,000. City of St. Thomas and the City of London choose to pay their apportionment on a monthly basis. So that large receivable is there mainly because there are two biggest funders as well. So that's the majority of what is there, is just the outstanding levy apportionment for those two municipalities.
And no concerns with not from the cities, but in
No.
613, no concerns.
No concerns. The majority of it is those outstanding levies.
And the last one I had was in regards of any other potential concerns with any deliverables in the budget at this time.
No, not at this time. Everything seems to be on track.
That was it. Thank you very much.
Frank?
I looked at it, but I can't remember it. I certainly can't read that. The reserve funds are in good shape?
Yes.
Okay, so we're set. So I was happy with it.
Any other comments or questions? Okay, the motion before us is that the statements of revenue and expenses dated June 30th, 2025 be approved. Jerry and, Jim. So, you did.
Grant Jones.
Yes.
Baldwin Sands.
Yes.
Burrs.
Yes.
Herbert.
Yes.
Noble. Noble.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Tribble.
Was it me?
Jerry
Sorry.
Tribble. Yeah. Tristel
Yes.
and McMillan.
Yes.
And that motion passes.
Okay, moving on to new business, 2025 budget approval timeline. Elizabeth?
Sure. So I just wanted to outline to members the steps that we need to take to get to January, where we'll approve our apportionment, and February, where we'll finally approve the budget. Always the key driver is the City of London with their 4-year budget. We did ask for a preliminary budget the end of August, and we need to finalize it by September 30th for them. They do recognize that we don't officially approve our budget until January and February, but they do like to have those numbers in by that time for their planning purposes. So as part of our 4-year budget, we did project a 7.5% increase in 2024 and 2025, and then bringing it down to 4% in 2026 and 2027. So I did submit the City of London draft budget with a 4% increase. They had asked us to look for permanent cost reductions within our budget. Upon staff's review, I can't get it lower than the 4%, especially this early on in our budget process and without bringing certain things back to you. I think 4% is a fair projection based on some of the things that we're dealing with. We are already delaying all capital projects until we have sufficient funding. We're facing increased pressures through legislative changes for updated floodplain mapping, policy and regulations updates. We're phasing in our salary and pay equity reviews, and we're maximizing wherever possible fee increases to the extent that the market will support as well. So I do feel like we've sharpened our pencils as much as we can at this point. Maybe more will come through our discussions, but I didn't feel comfortable going in any less than 4% to the City of London at this time. Next slide. Further, as we mentioned before, due to the adjustments in the CVA, the city will likely already see a decrease to their apportionment that's approximately about $23,000 over pre-CVA adjustments. And I do expect that trend will continue, especially for the City of St. Thomas, as development increases in that area. Their apportionment will increase as well, and that will take pressure off the City of London. So consequently, I am recommending that we formalize that submission to the City of St. London right now with a 4% cost apportionment. And we continue to work through our budget timeline and refine things as we go. But staff are waiting for a certain amount of things to come in as we work through that budget process. We still don't fully understand tariff impacts. There's potential for lower than expected campground revenues, so I don't want to over project revenues if people are struggling locally to spend their surplus money on recreational things. And then there's still some statutory benefits that have to be ironed out for the end of the year as well. So if we can go to the next one, budget timeline really remains the same. I'll bring back a first draft operational budget for discussion and overview at the October meeting with the aim to have our first draft out to municipalities in November. And bringing back a second draft with any input from the municipalities in December, with the municipal apportionment vote happening in January and the final budget being approved in February.
Go ahead.
The previous slide where everything I read indicates Canadians are staying in Canada. So you had stated you expect campground revenue to go down. Can you explain that?
Not an expectation. I'm just bracing. I don't want to over project revenue. So we just have to be conscious that this year we pushed the gauntlet, especially for Dalewood, and I think we're just going to meet that projection for Dalewood.
Okay.
Lake Whitaker, I think we'll have a full report at the next meeting. The cabins have really helped boost their revenue. So in October, we're going to bring that report back on how we can continue that investment at Lake Whitaker and look for some hydro upgrades, possibly at Dalewood, that can get their revenue continuing to push forward. It's just a real delicate balancing act with that revenue.
how do we, I'm sure we do, how do we promote the campgrounds that? From a marketing perspective, do we do that, or do we just put out stuff that, you know, Dalewood is available, here are the amenities, or do we do any of that?
No, we do. We have a pretty comprehensive marketing plan that we look at every year. It's a combination of, you know, print ads in local visitor guides, lots of social media presence, and from time to time we have done radio campaigns as well.
Okay,
Jerry,
City Chair Elizabeth, can we actually go back one or two slides? Where is the City of London, first two paragraphs? So the $23,000, because what we do is we make the request to municipalities, and then there's the budget, it goes to the city budget. I don't know if we invoice then, if Kettle Creek invoices the cities then, but I just want to know, where is the 23,000 physically reflected? Is it in the last invoice? Is it in, how is it? Because we submit, we want $100,000 from you, and they allocate 100,000. So where physically the 23,000 for 2025, where is it gonna appear for City of London?
So every year in January, after we approve that apportionment, I would do the invoices out based on that approved apportionment to the city. But because we get our CV, our current value assessment data early on, when I'm projecting for next year, I don't necessarily have that updated CVA. So your apportionment slightly changes from the projections I've given for budget. So for instance, the City of London, this mainly affects you, is you've asked me for projections for 4 years. I projected those 4 years based on the CVA that I had at the time in 2023. But your CVA continues to decrease. So the City of London has earmarked, say, $600,000 for me every year. But the CVA has changed, so I'm actually only going to invoice you $580,000. So where you keep that money is really up to you. In the past, it's been kept in like a pocket of money for Kettle. And in future years, say if I come back in 2027 and the board decides we want a 5% increase, that I don't need to come back to defend that at City of London, because the pool of money is already sitting there waiting for me. I just didn't activate it in the previous year. So I'm just working with the city, your city right now, to say, I don't expect that I'm going to use that window, but it would be really nice if we could keep it, because we don't know what's going to happen next year. I might need that, or your CVA might not continue to go down. It might go up. I think it's going to continue to go down, but so that's what I'm working out with your city staff right now, and they're contemplating what they want to do at their end. I'm just noting that we're trying our best to keep it at 4%. And right now that's the best I can do. But the city, if there's a little play money for them to decide what they want to do with it.
Okay, thank you. So I was just wondering, so it's based on the invoicing, that's why it's very effective.
Yeah.
Okay. And I forgot that was the contribution of City of London. What were the 23,000 represent percent from the entire contribution of City of London? Or what is the City of London? Do you remember? No worries.
I'll get you the exact number after. I don't have the chart up in front of me now.
Because I would be curious, what's the amount and what the 23,000 represents?
Yeah, the 4% increase on our current apportionment is about 50,000 total for all member municipalities. You're about 50% of our fees, just over 50%. But what that increase means for you individually, let me look it up and get you the exact number.
Because it might be actually 400 plus 2 is 4. I'll leave it to you. Thank you.
And the City of London should be sending a thank you card to myself and Southfield Township for reducing your.
Greg, you will be on my Christmas.
Oh, God.
do you want to make a motion to that?
Great.
Any other questions or comments before we go to the motion? No? Okay, so the recommended motion is that the 2025 budget approval timeline be received, and further, that the City of London 2025 budget submission be approved with a 4% increase to the municipal cost apportionment. A mover and a seconder.
I'll move it.
Oh, Sam moved.
Sam moved it and seconded then by Grant. All in favor? No.
Grant Jones,
Yes.
Lori Baldwin Sands,
yes,
Burrs,
Yes.
Herbert,
Yes.
Noble, Fribble,
Yes.
Strybosh,
Yes.
Rousseau,
Yes.
and McMillan.
Yes.
And that motion passes.
Sorry, I have to get my head around it.
It's a hard habit.
Slow learner, I guess. Okay, the next item is the Kettle Creek Clean Water Initiative project. So Betsy, verbal report?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. We have two projects for you to review today. The first is a wetland creation project in the municipality of Central Elgin. The landowners have recently taken over this property and are looking to create wetlands in two low-lying areas of the property. So we'd be looking to establish two wetland cells, likely around a half an acre each, to capture stormwater from the adjacent agricultural fields. The picture on the left is the one site, and as you can see, that area has already been taken out of agricultural production just because it sits wet a lot of the year and doesn't produce good yields. And on the right, it's hard to tell in that photo, but it is a sort of, there's a depression there. And once again, in the spring, tends to hold water. So the landowners are interested in creating the wetlands there. Overall, just looking to diversify the habitat on the property. The total cost for the project is estimated at $24,769. So we would be looking for a grant of $3,000. And we've secured funding through the Elgin Clean Water Program and requested funding through the Elgin Stewardship Council as well to support this project. Next slide. The second slide here is another wetland creation project, also in the municipality of Central Elgin. This landowner has completed a previous wetland project with us before. You can see that actually in the upper left corner of that map there. But they have another area on the farm that once again, it holds water in the spring, doesn't produce the greatest crops. So we'd be looking at establishing another wetland on this site, just over an acre in size. And the water would outlet to the south along the woodlot edge and eventually make its way to Kettle Creek. The estimated cost for this project is $27,685. We'd be looking for a grant of $3,000 from the Kettle Creek Clean Water Initiative. And once again, we have support from the Elgin Clean Water Program and Elgin Stewardship Council to support this project. Are there any questions?
No, we would look for a motion that both projects be approved with the grant amount.
Okay, a mover and I believe Todd is moving that. A seconder?
second,
Oh, it's got somebody else.
Lori was seconding.
Is it Lori? Okay,
On the motion, Grant Jones,
Yes.
Lori Baldwin Sands,
yes,
Frank Burrs,
Yes.
Jim Herbert,
Yes.
Todd Noble, Jerry Pribble,
Yes.
JJ Strybosh,
Yes.
Sam Trousseau,
Yes.
and Sharon McMillan.
yes.
And that motion passes.
Okay, we move on to the July, August, September planning regulations report. Is Mesa here? Fumagalli?
I believe she's online. Maisa, are you online?
Yep, sorry, a little slow here. Yep. I guess I'm just available for questions if the report has been sent out.
Did you want to go report?
No, there's no change. There's no changes to the
Okay.
report as presented, unless members had any questions on the permits issued.
So any questions or comments? None? Okay, then the recommendation before us is that the July-September 2025 Planning and Regulations Activity Report be received. Mover and seconder, moved by Frank and seconded by JJ.
Grant Jones,
Yes.
Baldwin Sands,
Yes.
Burrs,
Yes.
Herbert,
Yes.
Noble, Pribble,
Yes.
Strybosh,
Yes.
Trousseau,
Yes.
McMillan,
Yes,
and the motion passes.
now we need a motion to go into closed session
That's correct.
to do you normally outline what is being discussed.
Not usually, it's included in the agenda.
Okay. So at this time, what time do you have for electronic?
10:36.
At 10:36, a motion to move into closed session. Grant and seconded by JJ?
Lori?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
To move into closed at 10:36, Grant Jones,
Yes.
Lori Baldwin Sands,
Yes.
Frank Burrs,
Yeah.
Jim Herbert,
Yes.
Todd Noble, Jerry Pribble,
Yes.
JJ Strybosh,
Yes.
Sam Trousseau,
Yes.
and Sharon McMillan.
Yes.
And that motion passes.